Hi everyone, it's been over 2 years since the Highway Code was updated to include the hierarchy of road users rules. As you probably know, I've worked hard at trying to get these new rules out to a wider audience, but my viewership doesn't even scratch the surface of what's required. There's been very little delivered to the general public to educate road users on these changes. The information that has got out has been taken in bit parts, and quite often it's only the bits that are benefiting the individual. Pedestrians now think they've got the right of way to walk out into the road whenever they like because all other road users are going to wait for them. This is far from the case. Other road users should be given priority to people who wish to cross at junctions, and only then the pedestrian should walk out if it's safe. This does not apply to pedestrians who just wish to cross the road. They should wait for a safe time to cross. Many cyclists are also largely misinformed. Yes, they should now be given priority if they wish to proceed ahead at a junction and the vehicle in front of them is going to turn left. But again, this doesn't mean the cyclist should just barge through without recognising or not recognising the motorist is going to give way to them first. This nicely brings me on to, in my opinion, the 80% of motorists who have simply no idea any changes have been made, and even if they are aware of the changes, they've been delivered terribly. For example, the pedestrian priority rule applies at the entrances and the exit to junctions, but in the Highway Code illustrations, people assume it only applies to side roads, but in fact it also applies to roundabouts. I've had this confirmed to me by the DVSA, but recently I've seen a little bit of a shift in mindset with this. A number of people have told me that examiners aren't marking situations like this on driving tests if pupils don't give way where they should. The stories I've heard have mentioned that if the pedestrian is stood back on a pavement and they haven't stepped onto the road, the examiners think they don't want to cross and it's okay to continue. In reality though, how many people are going to step onto the road before the vehicle has given way to them? I've also had a couple of situations myself. I've had one Part 2 ADI test that was marked down when the candidate slowed down and stopped for a pedestrian who wished to cross. At the end of the test, the examiner said that my candidate had put them in danger. I've also had a situation with a learner test where they gave priority to a pedestrian at the exit to a roundabout. There was no one following close behind and the instructor's pupil slowed down smoothly. At the end of the test, the pupil had failed for this. The instructor sat in on the back in a debrief where the examiner said they shouldn't have done this because it wasn't an official crossing. On the 12th of January, I emailed the DVSA asking again for clarification whether pedestrian priority rules still apply at roundabouts. I also took the opportunity to ask them whether their examiners are being instructed not to mark situations where candidates don't give way where they should have. They've not replied. I do have concerns with how this is developing. The rules haven't got out to anywhere near enough people, and even if the rules are known, they're massively misunderstood. The updates are creating situations where risk is increased, and now DVSA examiners are ignoring situations where candidates are not doing as they should and punishing pupils for trying to follow the rules. Things aren't going well. Keep safe everyone, I'll see you soon.